Okay, so welcome once again. Welcome back.
Namaste.
So, in the last conversation that we spoke about the Gurukulam or the Gurukul, where a child gets educated and probably he reaches his teenage years or maybe in the age of maybe 18 or something, right? Something like that, right? 18, 20, and then that person comes back into the fold, and then whatever I have little that I know, the parents and the family want him to get into the grihastha mode. Grihastha mode is a householder mode, which is grihasthasrama, which is getting into a union with a woman of his choice or whatever, right? So that's the union of marriage. So today that we see in the world that we are today, marriage as an institution is losing its importance. People are thinking otherwise, especially women are rebelling against all of this. They are calling it patriarchy. All these ideas are patriarchal, and so many things are going on with the concept of marriage. And also the concept of marriage, this is one extreme. The other extreme is that the concept of marriage has gone into the mode of show reels, basically. The different videographers are coming up with
an event.
Videographers are coming up with different concepts of going retro, using Kathakali, using this, and doing pre-wedding shoot and post-wedding shoot, and it's just about what your Instagram reel looks like or what your videography looks like. That is one aspect of marriage today. And then there is another aspect which is like the recent suicide of many men that are happening because of the alimony harassment.
They told me to commit suicide, and I think they are right.
All these things are going on. So many things are going on, and people generally now, what I feel is they don't want to marry. Either it is from the women's side or the men's side. The thing is that they are looking at each other as adversaries. Men and women are looking at each other as adversaries. It's like, how a treaty is done with an enemy. Okay, what will you offer? What will I offer? And so, okay, this is what it is. This is what it is. If you shy away from this thing, I'm out. So it's like a contract that is going on. So there are so many aspects here, so many layers here. So what's the concept of marriage in Sanatana Dharma? And can we learn something from that concept and apply it to today's world? Will that be helpful? Will that be relevant? So can we talk about that?
Yes. The concept of Ardhanārīśvara Tattva is a very beautiful depiction, I can say, or personification of the concept of marriage. There are two powers in Srishti, in this creation. One is the feminine power, one is the masculine power. Both have many things in common, and both are unique also.
Yeah.
There is something unique about femininity, something unique about masculine power, and they are interdependent. So without depending on each other, they cannot work. They can work in some areas perhaps. So this is a beautiful thing. You see in the Ardhanārīśvara Tattva, half is Shiva, half is... It's not that a human being has half... it's not a human being. It's a Tattva. It's a symbolism.
Yeah.
You have to see it like that. It's a symbolism. So masculine power is also beautiful. Feminine power is also beautiful. And they are perfect when they are together, working together in harmony. So they're not competing against each other. They're not in conflict with each other, but they're supplementing each other. So this is the idea given. So when we get married also in the Sanatana Dharma, there's a very beautiful ritual called Arundhati Darshanam. So that is when the newlywed couple, just wed couple, they have to see the northern sky where you see that Arsa Major, Saptarshi Mandal. In that there's one star is Vasiṣṭha. And just beside that, there'll be one more twin. There are twin stars. That is Arundhati Nakshatra. So you go trace, first see the northern direction, then above the Dhruva Nakshatra, then you see where the Saptarshi Mandal is there, and then the Vasiṣṭha, then the Arundhati. There's a beautiful message there. Now you see this Vasiṣṭha Arundhati Nakshatra. Why that of all? Because they are called binary stars. You know, in Kannada we say Girigitle. You hold hands like this and go round.
Yeah.
You know, both of them have to maintain the equal speed, equal strength, equal grip, etc.
Yeah.
Otherwise, one of them will fall down. You can't have that circulating thing. Similarly, these binary stars, it's not that Vasiṣṭha is here and Arundhati goes round. It is that both are going round each other.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful thing. So that is shown to the couple and and they are told you should live like Vasiṣṭha Arundhati. That itself says that there is nothing like patriarchy here. Both of them have an equal role. There's no conflict, no competition, who is higher, who is lower. No. Some roles come very naturally to the woman. Some roles come very naturally to the man. Some come for both. There's always the feminine element in the man and the masculine element in the female. But we have to do our roles supplementing each other.
Right.
The moment the idea of competition comes, everything goes wrong.
Awesome.
As you mentioned today, what is the problem? That is because it comes from, I think, somewhere in the West. It started with feminism, where feminism felt that, of course, it was so also. It was a very, very patriarchal society, extremely patriarchal, very rude to women. Women were treated very badly, like animals. So they had to fight and get their rights. So what they thought was, I will compete with man.
Yeah.
I'll do everything he does. Everything. So he became my role model without my knowledge.
Correct, yeah.
Aping him for everything, dress like him, talk like him, work like him. Instead of growing up in an individual way, nature has made a woman as a woman.
Yeah.
So you can outgrow yourself. Why should I compete with a man? Why should I always tell this, why should a jasmine compete with a lotus?
Yeah.
Lotus has its own charm, its own beauty, it has to grow in a pond, in a very moist place. And a jasmine has to grow on a creeper or a tree, right?
Yeah.
So they have to grow in their individual ways. When you try to bring a comparison, everything is lost.
Yes.
No two leaves are identical, says
Correct,
science.
yeah.
So no two human beings are same.
So that the concept of equality is sort of misunderstood. Equality and access, these are two different things. People confuse equality with access. Equality, I mean, like you said, two leaves are unique in their own way. Just like that, masculine, a man and a woman are unique in their own way. They are not equal in that sense. But to get a education, to get a job, access should be equal. I mean, access should be the same. That is where they get confused. They say men and women are equal. That's not the
Look,
right.
food, education, rights,
Yeah.
all these should be equal for everybody.
Correct.
But a woman has something very womanly in her.
Correct. Yeah.
She has to respect that. But today what's happened after feminism and all that, a woman is not happy to be a woman.
Yeah.
She is trying to become manly. She thinks progress and success is to become like a man. That is where she has failed, I say. Unless you have an inferiority complex in you, you can never try to behave like somebody else. Does a man try to behave like a woman? Does he dress like a woman? There's a natural sense of superiority in the men folk created in the Western narrative.
But these days there are
yes,
people doing
that's
that.
because of wokeism. That's a different thing. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's a distortion.
Yeah.
But here, let's come to our own Dampatya. Here, the woman's role is very natural to her, which nature has given us. Man's role, which nature has given. And both are human beings, so they have many common things also. Our sukha dukkha, our love, all that are common for everybody. There's no separate type of sukha for a man and a woman.
Yeah.
The same feelings, the same mind, buddhi, education, food, hunger, all these are common. Now, what is the idea of Dampatya? To come together, that Arundhati Vasiṣṭha Nyaya, which we see. Similarly, there's a very beautiful shloka by, I think, Appaya Dikshitar. He says, Paraspara tapas sampat phalayita parasparo. Prapancha mata pitaro prancho jayapatistumaha. He goes down to Shiva Parvati and he says how they became a couple. Paraspara tapasampat phalayita paraspara. Parvati performed tapas to get Shiva. Shiva performed tapasya to get Parvati.
Yeah.
So they are the fruit of each other's tapasya. And such a prapancha mata pitaro prancho jaya patistumha. Kalidasa says, Vagartha viva sampraktau vagartha pratipattaye jagataf pitaro vande Parvati Parameshwara. You are like Vak and Artha. Vak means Omkara. Artha is whatever, not just meaning, the whole Artha is the whole Srishti, which comes from Omkara. So they both are the same. Omkara is the seed from which the whole Srishti has come, the tree of Srishti has come. And the whole tree is based upon Omkara. So Shiva is like that Om, the Bija, and Parvati is like the Murta Srishti. Both are indivisible. There is no Shiva without Shakti, no Shakti without Shiva. They also give this example of fire and its heat. There's no heat without fire. It's not fire if it is not hot. So like that. So this is the idea given here. So when the marriage happens, it is also a biological need. It's a social need. And it's also a it's a way of securing the life of the couple. There are many needs. The biological need is that we need a companion. A normal man needs a companion. And there's the urge, there's a natural attraction towards the opposite gender. Not exactly bad all the time. It should be loyal, so it should be framed. So it should not be like, what happens is if you do not secure a woman's life, particularly within a marriage thing, she can be used and thrown many times. There are men who are maniacs. There are men who are rapists. So how do you, all said and done, practically you see, physically she is a little weaker than him. Right? So that is the thing. Sita was so strong, mentally strong, spiritually strong, everything. But she was helpless when Ravana kidnapped her.
Correct.
So there are some sad realities which we have to accept. Equality is okay, but if a strong young man comes and pulls a woman, what will she do? She has, not everybody can be an Abbaka, Jhansi Rani, Chota all the time. Think of the common woman.
Correct.
Secure every woman's life, every man's life inside a institution of marriage. So he will be loyal to her. He will not see every woman as a potential bhogavastu. He will also curb his kama and behave in a good way. And she will also be loyal to her husband. So the loyalty. So with first framing the kama inside vivaha is such a great thing. With that comes loyalty, with that comes commitment, with that comes love. Love actually starts afterwards, I feel. Initially it could be only romance and attraction. But love comes in the times of calamities, difficulties, when we have problems, when somebody is sick, you take care of each other, you sacrifice for each other. I may have planned to go with my friends on a big foreign tour to just enjoy my time. I see somebody is sick in the family, my husband or my in-laws, then I say, no, they are more important for me. I will prefer to sacrifice my fun for them. So such things happen in the family. So this is how the love and commitment and bonding becomes better and better and better with days to go. I have a very aged parents at home. I see that is real love. They're always together, always available for each other, always taking care of each other. Both are weak physically, but both are morally so strong, always ready for each other. That comes with maturity.
Correct.
So initial years are of romance and attraction and all that maybe. But then slowly they settle down. Marriage is not always about running around trees like Bollywood shows. There are 100 people, boys dancing behind him and 100 girls dancing behind her. They are running on the slopes, running around trees. That is just a dramatic picturization. Real marriage and understanding starts after the honeymoon period settles down. They come into reality. They are seeing another individual. Maybe tastes will change, lifestyles will change, priorities will change. So the first few months or so is only about seeing the positive in that person because you are attracted. You want to get the person. But once you have got the person, then you start becoming judgmental. It's a human nature.
Correct.
That is where we have to be careful. That is why in the Dampatya, the beautiful marriage ceremony, they are the Saptapadi and all that. Then they say, Dharmecha, Arthecha, Kamecha, na Aticharamni. We have 4 Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Moksha is too personal.
Yeah.
Moksha is a ripening from within. It is a perfection from within. So no husband, no wife, nobody can give moksha to each other. But Dharma, Artha, Kama. Artha is all resources, Kama is all desires, and Dharma is all regulation, all righteousness, all rituals, everything comes under that. I will never leave you in all these things, whether I like you or not, whether I agree with you or not. I may always feel my neighbor's wife is a better wife, my friend's wife is better. Look at my mother, she was such ideas may come, but still, if you don't get what you like what you get. So I will live with you. It's a it's not just a contract for one life. It's for 7 lives.
It's commitment.
7 lives. We have planned for 7 lives. Sapta Janma, all that. Why do they say like that? Because you have to commit, accept. And I personally feel, this is my personal feeling, that whatever happens to us in our life, good or bad, whether we like it or not, whoever comes in our life and goes, it's all just a lesson for us. That's all. Everything is a lesson. Everybody who comes into our lives, who gives us joy or gives us sorrow, who disappoints us or who makes us happy, who enriches us with wisdom or who teaches us a negative lesson, whoever comes and goes is actually teaching us. Everybody is a guru in our life. So we have to undergo everything. So in this life, this is my guru in the form of this husband or wife, somebody has come. I have to learn to cope with this person. Maybe there are situations when it's too horrible, because even in our Sanatana Dharma, there are options for divorce also. It's not very much talked about. It's called moksha, it seems.
Okay.
So divorce is klebe when he is impotent, or when the husband is he's got leprosy or such terminal diseases, or he's a very bad lampata, drunkard, or a mad person, or insane, whatever. There are problems which are incurable. Then she can get divorce from him.
Okay.
Such attempts are there. But otherwise, it's always told, be together, dharmecha, arthecha, kamecha, be together, have children, live for the family, enjoy your food together, enjoy your property together, enjoy everything together. Your dharmika karma, without the wife on the right side, no grihastha can perform any dharmika karma, except his nitya karma like sandhya vandana or japa, or moksha sadhana or adhyayana. All other dharmika karmas, dana or the shodasha karmas or annadana, whatever we do in the house has to happen with the wife's consent. She has to be on the side, touch his right hand and say, yes, I accept, I agree, I permit. So this is the role given to the wife.
Correct.
And she also, without his knowledge, without his consent, she cannot do anything big. Like she can't have very big decisions about her family or her children or anything. But she has total freedom about her stridana, the money which she herself has earned, and the money which comes as gifts from her mother's house
Family.
or other things. He has no control over that. But she has 50% control over his property, his earned property.
So this was the actual original rule.
Yes, it's there in all the smritis. Anybody can go and check. It's called Stridhana.
And now Stridhana is completely changed into something else. That now they demand, which has become dowry.
Yes.
Now they demand the girl to give money for the guy. And
look there, they've been so careful. She does not have 50% share of the in-laws property, because in-laws property is a shared property. The in-laws and all the brothers of the family. So it's a huge thing. She cannot say, I get half of this.
Yeah.
She can get half of her personal property.
Yeah.
And she has complete control over her stridhana.
Okay.
But she can't say, nowadays what happens, we see when the husband dies, suddenly she takes half of the properties and goes.
Yeah.
The army people give some money or something. She may get married later on to somebody else, but she will take half and go, or full and go.
Yeah.
And the parents are left deserted. All these have, in the past, they were very, very thoughtful about all this. So, Dampatya is about sharing everything, resources, food, security. They are together for everything. They are available for each other. And they have their roles. And they have equal roles in their family profession. Look, I think the last thing I was telling you, how there was no unemployment in ancient India, because everybody had some other employment, particularly the family occupation. So nowadays, after the Macaulay education, after education means a degree and getting a job with somebody. This is what has become the definition today. Before that, there was no such idea that you must get a degree and you must get employed with somebody. Everybody used to have their family occupation. So what is family occupation? Everybody in the family has a role in that. So in that sense, there was no housewife. The concept of housewife itself
came later.
Grihini Grahastha.
I think it came after the industrialization that, men were taken to factories to work, and women...
I don't know about all that, but the concept of housewife, is an English concept.
That's what it's about. The Industrial Revolution actually started from there.
Yes.
The cotton mills, the mills and all that that came, right? So men were doing that 9 to 5, 9 to 8 kind of a thing, and women were at home. So that's why housewife.
Here, we have Grihini Grahastha.
Yeah.
They are equal terms. Nothing called housewife.
Yeah.
Because if she's a farmer, it's a farmer's family. He also does farming. She also does farming.
Yeah.
If it's a cattle rearing family, he also does cattle rearing. She also does that. If it's a Purohita's family, he will do all the puja, homa, etc. She will do all the side peripheral work. There's so much of work supporting to that, doing naivedya, decoration, this. If he's a king, she's also a queen. She's also given pattabhisheka along with him. He has to get pattabhisheka along with that. It's called Patni Samayaja. It's mentioned in Bhagavata and many places. In fact, there's an instance in Ramayana. I don't have that shloka by heart. When Kaikeyi sends Rama on exile, so Rama Sita are about to leave, and she's so harsh with them. She gives them this bark garments and all that. She's very cruel to them. So everybody get very pained. Sita doesn't know how to wear that bark garment. She's confused. She's never seen something like that. So then Vasiṣṭha tells, he tells Kaikeyi, he calls her by a name and say, "You're so harsh. You're such a sinful woman. Why should you Nagantavyam Vanam Sita?" Nagantavya, something like that. Nagantavyam Vanam Sita. Sheela Varjite.
Sheela Varjite. Yes. Arjun sir also said this. Yeah.
So Sita does not have to go to the forest.
Yeah.
Oh, characterless Kaikeyi. She does not have to go to the forest. She will adhishthāsyati sa Ramasya sthanam.
She is able to rule the kingdom.
She will sit on the throne and do Rama's duty.
Yes.
She will rule on his behalf. So Vasiṣṭha was one who knew Dharma Shastra.
Correct.
So in the past, when the kings would go on expedition or war for months together, years together, the queen would take care of everything. We did not have nail polished queens who sat on coaches doing nothing. No, we had queens who had no time for nail polish. Yeah. They would rule, they would wage wars, they would administer, they would build temples, they would build roads. So they would take care of the whole of administration. The Kshatriya Nari was totally participating in everything. So in every profession, in every house, if it's an artist's house, everybody were involved in the art. If not directly on the stage, it could be like event management or costumes, art, these, etc. So, in our country, in our civilization, Sanatana Dharma, the Purusha and the Stri. If there's a shopkeeper, both of them will be managing that. Yeah. If somebody goes to bring the produce, she will be managing the shop. Yeah. So you have the mention of vendors and gopalakas. In fact, how they should be taxed. Not only men, also women. If they're being taxed, it means they're earning, right?
Earning, yeah.
All these are discussed in the Dharma Shastras. So they all had equal participation. So there was nothing like you sit at home and I'll go and work. Yeah. This going out, getting a degree, going and working for somebody, it was there. I don't say they were not people who were employed. There were people who were employed with the king, employed with merchants, employed with the landlords, etc. Such concepts were there. But everybody was a part of the family occupation. So the concept that you are uneducated, you sit at home simply because you have a degree, you should not sit at home. This is nonsense. I don't believe that. I've seen many housewives who feel what are you doing? I'm a housewife. I tell them, no, tell that with a twinkle in the eye. Say, I'm a housewife. I'm the mother of the family. It's the greatest job ever.